Hi friends, it's Amelie from the Trenton Veterans Memorial Library. Thanks for stopping by on our Try It Thursday. Today's Try It Thursday is straw weaving. It's something I've seen on different craft sites, but I've never tried. I thought, let's try it today. It's pretty simple. At least it requires some simple materials. First of all, you need your straws for the straw weaving. So I picked 3. You can do more depending on how wide you want your straw weaving to go. For example, if you want to make a bookmark, you may want to make it a little bit wider. If you want to make a necklace, maybe shorter, or it's however you want to design it. But so these are some of the basic steps that you can take in it. And to go back, some of the things that you need are straws, in my case 3, masking tape, or in this case this is painter's tape, something that you can, it's a fairly strong tape. Scotch tape might pull up as you're working, so also with the straws, it's recommended that you don't use bendy ones. You want to just have straight plain ones. Paper straws will work too. It's just these are the ones I had available. The other thing, you need scissors, and if you wanted to use tassels on, say, a bookmark or a necklace that you made or a bracelet, pointy beads are fun to use. This here is the example that I made. It was my first attempt in learning. You may notice that some of the weaving's a little bit off, but you know what? The more I work at it, the better I'll get at it. So to begin, we're going to put these aside, and I have my straws right here, and I have my yarn, and I have my tape. The first thing I want to do is take some tape and tie together my straws. I shouldn't say tie. Tape my straws together, because the tying part comes later. Let's see how we go here. So you just want to tape them together. Some designs that I've seen have also taped it to the table. That's entirely optional. I found that taping it to the table kind of makes it easier for me to weave, but it could also be easier if you just went straight up and down too, because this is going to be like a loom that we're working with. Next, we want to get our yarn ready. I kind of like the yarn that's variegated because it's just interesting as it gets woven. So what you want to do is measure out your thread, yarn, what have you. I also recommend not using a super silky one, because what we're going to do next, it makes it more difficult to do the step of inserting the yarn through the straws. So I'm going to measure this out at least 2 times, if not 3. Kind of just depends on how long you want your tassel to go. Let's do 3.5. So we need to get at least 3 of these cut. So that's 1. Be super long. 2. Probably should get sharper scissors. And then 3. Okay. So this is what's going to go inside my straws. Takes a bit of doing. If you need to, you can also use like a bamboo skewer, like you would use for a shish kebab, or a knitting needle, in which case I don't have either, so I'm just gonna go with what I have, which makes it a little more challenging sometimes. So you just insert the yarn into the holes and make sure it goes all the way down. Is it going? Yeah, again, takes a bit of doing. And a bit of time. So I think this is the problem I had before when I used a softer type of yarn. It just seemed to kind of get stuck in the middle, which would make a knitting needle or a bamboo skewer pretty helpful at this time. So you can see it's still kind of stuck in there. Tell you what, I'm going to pause this video for a second and kind of show you the completed project, because this is going to take some time. So once you've gotten the yarn through the straws, you're just going to tie one end up, and you're going to try to make sure that these are all even, of course. a little bit of something there. And you want to leave enough room on the end here. This is going to be your end that you're able to use the tassel. So I'd say about good 2 inches, 2 to 3. That's a little bit longer than that. Just going to tie that knot together, all 3 strands, and then just pull. This is going to be the base that we're working with right here. And what I want to do, I think I want to just tape it down just to make it easier for me to work with. You can do it the other way as well. It's up to you, of course. So get some masking tape or painter's tape, whatever you have. I think I should have gotten a longer piece of tape, but we'll work with it and see how it happens. Okay, our next step is to take our ball of string again, and this time we're not going to cut. We're going to tie it to one of our straws, and then like that, simple knot. I would recommend double knotting just to make sure it stays where it's supposed to be. So then what you're going to do for the next few steps, let's see if we can keep that, is we're going to go over, under, over with our straw. So first one is over, next one is under. This is where it gets kind of tangled when you have too long of a string. And then under again, and then next level, or next layer, go over. You're basically going opposites, just to get that weave started. And then under again, over, under, like so. I may have made my strands too long at the end. We can always cut them. It's not a problem if it gets to be a little too annoying. Oh goodness, I think I already saw where I had a problem. Huh. Well, let's take that back out again and do it one more time. It's always good when you notice that you have a problem is just to stop and do your best to fix it. Let's see, what did I do wrong? Where did I go wrong here? I think I am a little, there we go. Nice thing about this is it's fairly easy to unravel. So this probably was my misstep. Okay, so here we go one more time. Okay, so over, under, over, under, over, under. You want to kind of keep pushing back if you can. I think I'm going to have to cut those strands. They're getting a little bit messy here. Let's take care of that. Let's double knot it so it's secure. Don't think I want this long of a strand. Can't see it, but it's off. I'd say cut to about 2 inches, maybe 3 there instead of the ton that I had before. So let's see if this works out better. So I was under, now I'm going to be over it, and then under again. So you just kind of want to keep going back and forth and sort of push back the edges as you see fit. I would recommend probably waiting for 3 or 4 layers or levels once you get there, and just kind of keep working. Go back and forth until you get the kind of length that you want. So we're just going to keep going back and forth, over, under, over, over, under, over, till we get the weave that we want. So I am going to pause right here and keep working, and hopefully when we come back, it'll be a little bit more distinctive. So see you in a little bit. So this is about 10 minutes of work that I did, and I just want to show you as I'm finishing up our next step. So I'm going to continue going under, over, under, over, under, over, over, under, over, and back again as I just got tangled up. And I'm going to push my last few of them down. I'm going to do one more over, under, over. And I'm going to use this part to knot. I'm just going to do a single knot just to kind of, a little double knot just to make sure I don't have to unknot it. So there's my tassel. So let's knot this. As I was working, I noticed I would need to tighten up the straws that I was using. I also found that I was tilting it up like this as I kept going back and forth. And that kind of worked out well. Now, for the moment of truth, did this really do what I wanted to do? We'll find out. So on this installment of Try It Thursday, so just lift the tape up, take off the masking tape, and then we're going to go from this end and take off this tape as well. Let's see if I did a really good job of taping, so I can't take the tape off. Nah, I didn't do that. I did just fine. It's always nice when you can surprise yourself. And put this to the side as we don't need that. So we're going to gently and carefully and try to push this forward, or push this off. Try not to do too much damage towards the knot that we made there earlier. That's going to be our base. Let's see how well we did. Just try to be gentle and careful. Not as easy as we would like to think sometimes. So as you can see, we also have 4 strands right here instead of the 3 at the top. Did I break it? Nope, I did not. Great. Let's try the other one. Did I break it? Nope, I did not. One more to go, and let's see what happens. Yay, that worked. And look at that. Oh, and look at that. One step that I forgot to mention is to tie the ends together over here before we go too crazy with our design. So what I'm going to do is knot this together here. Give it a good knot. Like that. It's adequate. And then tie this knot over here. You can also tie them differently. You just want to make sure it's secure. Yeah, it's not too bad. And if you feel like it, you can also knot these together too. I think this would make a really nice bookmark. So that's where I'm going to leave it at. I might want to put some beads on one end. I might not. It's entirely up to you. That's one of the things I like about these kinds of crafts is you can modify them however you want to modify them and make them your own. So if it's kind of not as flat as you would like, you can just kind of smush it and work that way. So there we go. That's straw weaving. Simple as that. Of course, you can change it to add beads to it. So I kind of like it without the beads, to be honest. But so we'll leave it without beads. You can also trim the edges down, and if you want to make another knot in this, just to, in case you're worried about it falling apart, that's okay. Things fall apart, and we love them anyway. Like tacos. Tacos fall apart, and we still love them. So there we go. Ta-da! Well, thank you, my friends, for joining me again on Try It Thursday. I hope you get a chance to try out some straw weaving. And if you do happen to, always send along pictures. We'd love to see them. Also, you might want to look into getting some sharper scissors. I need to. So thanks again, friends. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye.